There are some things that are obviously at stake. For Zverev, a chance to punch the ticket to the finals for Germany and clinch this match 2-0. And for Minaur, it's not just extending this and keeping Australia's chances for a title here in the United Cup alive. There's also something very important to him personally at stake, Todd.
Well, indeed there is. When you say personally, it's about personal goals and what you're trying to achieve in the sport. If he was able to win this match tonight, it would put him into the world's top 10 for the first time. So there's an added pressure of actually representing your country and achieving one of your lifetime goals. I think he's fairly adept to handling that sort of pressure, though, Jim.
He loves wearing the green and gold. There's no doubt about that. You look at his record when he represents Australia in team competition, it's excellent. It's superior to his record in regular tour events. So I think it's the perfect opportunity for him to achieve what he stated at the beginning of the year was his big goal was to get into the top 10. He can do it here in the first week of the season.
And it's a nice aggressive start from Minaur. Holds his opening serve to love.
Incidentally, the last male Australian player to be ranked inside of the top 10 is the man who's about to come into your picture, Leighton Hewitt. He was last there in July of 2006, so it's been a minute. But whether it happens tonight, which would in turn happen on Monday when the new rankings are released, it's going to happen with Minaur sometime here in the first quarter of the year. I'm convinced. He's playing so well. He's confident. The surfaces line up well for him until the clay.
Zverev around the net quickly. Didn't really stop at all in his team zone. Unusual this day and age. We'll see how the serve holds up here tonight.
Let's the service. Love 15.
I think one of the key things, Jim, for Alex when he comes up against top 10 players is the feeling that at times he has to press hard and how big he goes. What are your thoughts on what he needs to do against Zverev in that department tonight?
Special from Zverev with the little topspin lob, but if you look through the top 10, there are certain players like Carlos Alcaraz or Novak Djokovic or Jannik Sinner that they play with a lot of firepower off both forehand and backhand wings. Zverev has amazing firepower on his first serve and his backhand. His forehand, however, is a little bit more conservative, so you can actually play comfortably to his forehand more than you would against a lot of the players in the top 10. You don't have to go redlining. Zverev's forehand is not as good as his backhand, so you want to do that if you can. Open up the backhand side and then go hard into the forehand, challenge it, but you don't have to, in my opinion, overplay in ground stroke rallies with Zverev, because he will give you time on the ball because he's not trying to rip winners off of both wings. That's my feeling. Curious on you guys' feelings, though.
Hold for Zverev to level. Yeah, no, I like the way that you've articulated that whole piece, and I think Leighton alluded to the fact that he's been playing really great all-court tennis, and we've already seen that in this first couple of games, trying to take time away from Zverev by moving forward. And Fitzy, he's one of the best transition players in the tour at the moment, Alex, the way he takes a short ball and finishes at net.
Yeah, and it's got a lot to do with the fact that he runs through the approach shot, so he's already half a step or one full step towards the net as he hits it. I also like the shot we saw at the end of that second last point of the last game, where he hit that flat backhand of his down the line to the Zverev forehand. He got caught a little bit going wide there, and if he's good enough to hit that for a long period of time, as he was against Novak the other night, I think that can give Sasha some trouble too. But I think in the first game and a half, I thought he was rushing the German a little bit by taking that ball early and running through it, Todd. So if you let Zverev get set, he's going to hurt you. So keep him on the back foot if you can.
There's a clear positional advantage for Minaur in these early ground stroke rallies. He's the one who's looking to be more proactive. He's on top of the baseline. Zverev is very comfortable playing, a couple meters behind the baseline and just watching and waiting and absorbing and redirecting. He's quite happy to play defense. For someone his size, kind of unusual in past generations, but we see more of that these days with players like Daniil Medvedev, Hubert Hurkacz.
Jim, I feel like the style of Minaur, though, has an opportunity to hurt a couple of those guys if he's good enough, and if he keeps improving that little bit each month. If Zverev is a long way back and Alex stands up on the baseline, if he's got, if he doesn't get hit off the court initially in the rally, he can take that ball early enough. I just wonder if it's it's going to put Zverev on the back foot for a period of this match anyway.
Well, that's another comfortable hold for the Demon, and it is 2-1 Team Australia in the opening set. This is one of the things that we've enjoyed talking about throughout the United Cup is how the reactions are on the team benches now. Leighton's very aware of when and how much Minaur likes to be chatted to. And you can see right now, they've got their plan, no need to get involved. Leighton will get up and get a bit more energised when necessary, when he feels that Demon might be looking for that. But they've got a very good understanding about how each other works. Lots of experience through Davis Cup together. And so the crowd that were outside there trying to get a brief break, a drink, and a little bit of food at the end of the first women's singles are now making their way back in. And it's a full house here at Ken Rosewall Arena for the semi-finals of the United Cup. Team Poland are through to the final tomorrow afternoon. Team Germany have the one love lead here this evening. Alex de Minaur trying to level for Australia.
What we have tonight is a classic battle in one sense too. Zverev is one of the very best in men's tennis when it comes to delivering big first serves. And Alex de Minaur is one of the very best at counteracting that. He was 4th on tour at breaking serve last year, the Demon. That's how good he is. And he's not going to need to be sharp tonight against Sasha.
15 love.
As while Zverev has trouble with his second serve, he doesn't win as many points as he probably should on second serve. He's so difficult with his first serves, and he makes a lot. Uses his size well on that first serve.
Quick service games for both players there. That one sealed with the ace. First of the night for either player. Emphasis can be put on the head-to-head. Zverev leads 6-1. He's won the last 2. The last time they played, though, was in 2022 at the ATP Masters 1000 in Rome. Zverev won that in straight sets. All the others were on hard court, but 3 of them were in 2018. They're both different players from then.
the reality is Zverev, to this point in their careers, has been a far better player, far higher ranked, far more successful. But as Alex told us on court after his big wins in Perth, new year, new me. And that's what he has to tell himself, that I'm a different, far better player than the last time I played this guy. And I'm going to show him something tonight. We'll see if he can do that. That absolutely has to be the belief system inside of him, that he is different, and that's going to make the difference. Now, one of the things that has been different about Minaur this year is shots like this, the short drop shots to bring his opponents in, and that caught players like Taylor Fritz and Novak Djokovic off guard. They weren't expecting it. But slowly, players will start to pick up on that. They'll start looking for it. The surprise element of it will not be there necessarily tonight. It's still effective, but Zverev was looking for that one, wasn't he? He was there quickly.
Awkward moment there on that return from Zverev with his ankle.
Jim, I think if he drops that backhand short with a slice like he did the previous point, he's got to be a bit careful doing it to the forehand wing, because if a player of this caliber sees it early and gets up there in time to hit the forehand, he'll damage Alex with the next shot. So maybe a cross-court short, make the guy move forward a little bit, but not really have a chance to hurt him with either the approach or the slice back at him. But I love the fact that he's trying this new start, because that should give him another dimension to his game, and makes it awkward for some styles of players to play against him.
Absorbing the big hitting of Zverev as Minaur, and he charges to the team zone. On serve, 3-2, opening set. So a good solid start from both players. Holding serve relatively comfortably. First little test for Minaur on that previous game from 15-30, but he was up to the task. Very interesting team zone there, all quite pensive at this point. Everybody just sort of feeling the match out, so to speak. This was the return of serve, and given his history with his ankles, that would have worried him. Sasha Zverev out of the team zone, making his way down to the northern end of King Rosewall Arena, and there was that return point where he's almost gone over on the ankle, but jarred the knee ever so slightly, and he's got those ankles that heavily taped given the injury that he sustained at Roland Garros. couple of years ago. Here it is again, Jim.
Yeah, this is the left foot will slip, and then the knee gets a little bit of a jar. No apparent damage done, more of a scare. That's the opposite leg to the one that he needed surgery on at Roland Garros. It was the right ankle that he ripped 3 tendons and he rolled. There's his father, Alexander Zverev Sr. Zverev has an absolute missile of a first serve, and last year he was #2 on tour at making first serves, the second highest first serve percentage. #1 was one of the shortest players on tour, Sebastian Baez of Argentina, who just rolls his serve in. So I think we all know which serve we'd rather have. Zverev's is an absolute weapon. But his second serve is vulnerable, and de Minaur is showing him a different look now, standing deep to return this one. He's been inside the baseline up till now, trying to attack it.
Not sure whether that was left by de Minaur. I feel like he did. I think he thought it was going to go long. He definitely has a play on that, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Good tennis from de Minaur, but he's hard to hit through Zverev, isn't he? He's got a big wingspan, and he covers the court well for his size. So you would expect this might be a tougher service game for de Minaur. It's the last game before the ball change. So then you wonder, he rips through the shoelaces and the shoes when you look at that right foot sliding into that backhand. Extra shoes and extra laces. Sitting courtside for de Minaur. He's blown a couple already throughout the tournament.
De rigueur for de Minaur, aren't they? He's got to have about 8 extra pairs of laces with him in case they fray from all the friction. We talked about Alex's terrific United Cup so far. Won 2 out of his 3 matches, lost a heartbreaker in his first match to Britain's Cameron Norrie, 7-6 in the third, and then he rocked Taylor Fritz in straight sets and did the same to Novak. For Zverev, he's gone 3-0 en route to the semifinals. A couple of 3-set wins over the Italian Sonego, Frenchman Mannarino. And he was effective yesterday against Tsitsipas, winning 4-4. A guy that had beaten him 9 out of the 13 previous meetings. Well, he's coming in with some confidence too, and he's showing it tonight. Good level of tennis coming off the rackets of both of them.
Another good, tidy holder serve and a positive reaction. I beg your pardon, he hasn't quite held serve.
Good comeback from love 30, though. Minaur doing well to take time away from Zverev. He's a time thief here. Look how early he takes this ball, and he is up and covering that net. Punches that overhead away.
Juice. Zverev, of course, has got the advantage of having played all of his matches here at Ken Rosewall Arena, which is very different to what de Minaur was experiencing in Perth. This is a completely closed roof stadium. Perth had the roof that was adjustable, of course, but no inclement weather over there, so more of an outdoor arena as opposed to what you can see there.
Advantage. Team Australia.
Good hustle, but he pushes it long. And de Minaur eventually does get the hold of serve. It's a tight opening set, 4-3, Australia lead.
Team Australia leads 4 games to 3.
Minaur survives the first big challenge to anyone's serve from love 30 there. The ball's at the end of their life cycle in this 7th game of the opening set, traveling a little bit slower. And that one nearly fell in. And Team Minaur gets to sit down with that lead in hand, 4-3, in a must-have match for Team Australia.
Ken Rosewall Arena just buzzing tonight as Team Australia look to see if they can find a way to get to this United Cup final. Back against the wall, trailing 1-love here in the semi. It seems that the United Cup has found its place in its 2nd year. Good crowds in both Perth and Sydney throughout the tournament. Some big names have been here throughout. Of course, world #1 Novak Djokovic in Perth for Team Serbia. Australia defeating them in the group stage to get through. And now it will be Sasha Zverev serving here with new balls at 3-4 in the first set.
Can take a couple of points for these players to adjust to the faster new tennis balls that are in play now. Players just missing their targets. The opening 2 points.
Let's. Second service.
That error comes from the ball shooting onto the forehand quicker. Racket preparation a little slower, catches the frame, and a little chance here for de Minaur this time.
Not sure if Alex didn't see Sasha coming to the net there, but I was expecting him to try and hit a stinger passing shot here on the penultimate shot. But it was just a rolling forehand that Zverev had a nice high volley to hit. That was an opportunity lost there.
40-30.
Third ace.
Deuce. Advantage, Team Germany.
He's finding the rhythm on that wide one on the first court. Not much you can do about it except move over and cover it, but then you leave the tee wide open. It's short up the line, it's cutting away. Look at it go. Great angle. The view of what Minaur sees when he's returning there.
Game, Team Germany.
Serves his way out of a mini crisis.
4 games off.
Players a little threatened on serve in their last service games, but no one yet to achieve a break point. Achieved some tastiness outside the arena, though, huh? Yeah.
I wonder if they have the bit. It's recognised they're on the telly. Bit of curry sauce with your sausage.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
We're not seeing as much variation tonight from Alex as we saw in his last two matches, Fitzy. You think maybe he got dissuaded after that one drop shot got swatted away?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I think he's just keeping his nose in front, and there's a real battle here mentally to try and get the first set and get ahead. But yeah, he's not coming in as much, is he? Not quite as much variety. And he's got to be careful to get, you know, into too many baseline rallies. I mean, he's good from back there, obviously, but the guy down the other end is one of the world's best, and you don't want to continue to trade blows in a similar fashion. I think keeping Zverev on the back foot a little bit is not a bad idea. Maybe a bit more variety, but there's so much power, Jim. You know, as we know, coming from that other end, it's difficult. I think his stock standard approach down the line with the forehand hasn't worked quite as well maybe against Zverev, because he does move well. You've talked about it, out to both sides, and that backhand, that two-hand is dangerous. So he's got to hit that approach shot perfectly to take advantage of a volley. So we've seen less of that tonight.
He's peppering the sidelines, isn't he? That forehand just catches it. He's had 2 or 3 that have only just missed.
Alex is one of the fastest players in all of tennis, and not many would have been able to get their racket on this shot that did catch the outside of the line. And he hit it deep enough to force Sasha to go for broke on that backhand. That's called shrinking the court. When Zverev starts to feel like hitting the ball on the line isn't good enough, that's what happens. What a save from Minaur there. Could have been 15-40 very easily.
He's a court shrinker and he's a time thief. I like it, Jim. Full repertoire so far. You got anything else?
Apparently a hot dog with some curry sauce that Todd's buying for us. I'm looking forward to that after the match, Fitz. This is an impressive save here, in effect, from Minaur. In real trouble in this game. And a chance to sit down with a nice 5-4 lead is a point away.
Good save this time from Minaur from 15-30 down. So it's still on serve in the opening set. It's tight between Team Australia and Team Germany. Australia at 5-4. Well, Sydney, it's a bustling city on the harbour. There's no doubt about that. And this is Vivid Sydney. It began back in 2009, a 3-week festival of lights across Sydney Harbour and all the surrounding areas. It's absolutely magnificent when you're in town to see it. I've been here for it. It's got some more than 2 million people attend Vivid every year. Runs from the 24th of May to the 15th of June in 2024, and well worth a visit if you can make your way to Sydney. Just one of the many attractions. Well, it's one of those sorts of matches that you'd expect under extreme pressure. Both players playing steady, solid tennis, but just probing each other, waiting maybe for a mistake. Someone about this time of the set looking to try to lift the Team Germany, and it's Zverev coming out to try to stay in the set at 4-5, cannot afford any mistakes at this point. If you're just coming in perhaps from dinner this evening, Australia trailing in the semi-final 1-love. Angie Kerber defeated Ayla Tomljanovic in an epic 7-6 in the third set. Tomljanovic having had a match point. Kerber in the comeback trail with a big victory for her. Zverev 4-5.
love.
First time we've seen Alex try a sequence of slice shots. He was extremely effective against Taylor Fritz and Novak Djokovic with that type of play. A slice into the backhand and then hitting a little sidewinder, side spin slice out to the forehand, which usually elicits a pretty weak response from the forehand. Just missed it, but I like the idea.
Very impressive hold from Zverev.
5-game salt.
as you'd expect from Zverev. He's comfortable out here on this court now. He's been here all week. The team matches. Dropped the opening set to Italy's Lorenzo Sonego, 1-3. Dropped the opening set to Manarino, 1-3. And then a very good match yesterday against Stefanos Tsitsipas and Team Greece, 4-4. And each one of these matches, he's got incrementally better. It's the pressure building because he can't hit through Zverev at the moment. One of the big challenges in this matchup, I think why it's been so lopsided in favor of Zverev, is de Minaur doesn't have a lot of topspin on his ground strokes. You can see the ball just knuckling when it comes off of his racket. And what that means is short angle shots are difficult for him. Much easier to create the width on the court if you have a lot of topspin on your shot. So he likes to play straight down the lines and through the courts, and Zverev is the type of athlete that can handle that, and he just did it beautifully here. Here's a real challenge. Love 30. Oh, wonderful tennis. What a point from Zverev. Let's take a look at the ball striking of the German, just pushing de Minaur all around the court, and that was a class volley from the service line. Brings up triple break point. No luck. And there is the break to Team Germany. So it will be Alexander Zverev to serve for the set. When we come back after the break, he's got 6-5.
Come on, okay, up. Come on.
Unlucky there for de Minaur, got his racket on it, just obviously couldn't control it. He was there for a regular volley, but he was under pressure, wasn't he? It was an exceptionally good game from Zverev. Saturday evening in Sydney, and that is Ken Rosewell Arena. It's a full house inside of the arena tonight, and it's a little quieter after that break of serve from Team Germany as Alexander Zverev leaves the team zone to come out and serve for the opening set. And the pressure just slowly been building each service game for de Minaur. And what a classy game he played there to break to love.
And Alex is striking the ball, I think, quite well, but he's not able to hit the ball past Zverev tonight. He had 9 winners in the first set against Novak, who we know plays the best defense that we've ever seen in men's tennis. He only has 2 tonight against Sasha's defense. That's how good it's been.
I put a little bit of that down to the conditions, a little heavier, but these are indoor conditions compared to what Perth is. And I think, given Alex's game style is always going to struggle a little more indoors against big servers and ball strikers than he is outdoors, where he can use the elements to his advantage. Where there's a bit of breeze or there's some sun, he's able to use his court craft there. Here, it's pretty neutral when you go from end to end. Fits in momentum, racing away from Minaur.
Yeah, he hasn't made any inroads compared to the other night, has he? Zverev's been good. He's held him off, I think, with his serve, particularly in some big moments on his service games. But and that's always an advantage. But Alex hasn't penetrated the court as well and used his all-court game quite as effectively tonight against Zverev compared to against Novak. Not so far.
That breaks a run of 10 consecutive points for Zverev.
30-15.
The heaviness of the ball striking of Zverev draws another error.
Yeah, it just feels like he's a fraction flatter, doesn't it, tonight? Though it's not quite peaking in his emotions and his adrenaline. Only takes a percentage point or two.
Sure does, in the crowd trying to lift Minaur. It's 2 set points for Zverev and Team Germany.
Excellent save of the first set point. One of the first times tonight that Minaur has actually been able to use the angle and get Zverev outside of the singles lines and into the doubles alley and even further. That was a great opening salvo, and then this little dipper. And drew the unforced error. One set point has come and gone. One more to go. And Zverev's first serve is looming. 7 aces so far for the German.
He makes it, it catches the line on the forehand volley.
7 games to 5.
And Team Germany take the opening set in just under an hour, 57 minutes. 7 games to 5.
Win that title, but Zverev won 2 of his 3 matches. He beat Alcaraz and Rublev and lost a tight one to Medvedev. So he beat 2 top 10 players in his last tournament of the season. Now there's a danger here for the Demon, Fitzy.
I agree. My antenna goes straight up at the beginning of these second sets, Jim. Look, especially when you've lost the first set, but even when you've won it, you've really got to knuckle down straight away again, don't you? And keep the same level up. If you drop off a fraction here, you could get into trouble very quickly. That was a loose forehand there.
I love that little use of the angle. It's a harder shot for him to generate because of his grip, which is more of a classic grip. He has to really work hard to create the topspin. And it's a riskier shot for him than someone with a more modern semi-Western or Western grip. But it's valuable. To get Zverev out of the center of the court is really important, because how do you get through him otherwise?
Exactly, Jim. You know, the forehand he uses to get a player out of the court doesn't have anywhere near as much heaviness and spin as, say, a Tsitsipas. I was sitting here last night and his ball fizzes out sideways with lots of spin. Alex has a flat forehand, so he's got to try and use it.
Oh, wow.
He can hit the flat one, though.
How was that?
He's got a wry smile on his face, and so is everyone in the pod there watching. Look, that's his stock standard forehand, isn't it? The flatter one, but when he goes wide, he can't hit it as heavy and with as much spin. He can't get it as wide on the court as most players. So, but he's still got to try and use that, I think, angle forehand a bit so that he can open up the court so he can hit his favourite one, just like that. That was a beauty. When it spins it, Jim, when you're sitting down here at courtside, you can really see the difference in speed from A to B, from his end of the court to the other end of the court when he tries to spin it with angle. The ball goes slower. So, and that's normal. Of course it is, but there's a lot of players around that hit with a heavier spins, probably the grip and the way they use the racket head on the ball from low to high. They hit it harder and heavier than he does.
First game, second set.
Well, for a moment there, I thought he'd given Zverev another chance. In fact, he did, but the lob was too short. Demon were able to get that away, and that's a really important hold for him, just to kind of absorb the disappointment and the momentum that went so heavily against him at the end of that first set. A run of 10 straight points went to Zverev.
Yep, so that's the good news. He's held serve. Statistically, there is a little bit of bad news for Demon. Zverev won the opening set serving under 60% first serves in play, which should mean, if there's a reversion to the mean, he's going to serve better this set, because he normally serves about 70% first serves in play. We'll see. Maybe he'll have an off night in that department. That certainly would help Alex, but I wouldn't bet on it. So two things I'm looking for in this set. I'm watching those numbers. I'm seeing if Zverev lifts his serve, which will certainly decompress things for him, make it a lot less stressful. And I'm looking for how many shots that Zverev has to hit from around the doubles line or further off the court, wide of the center of the court. How much width can de Minaur get on his shots to open up the court and get more winners this set? Still only 4 for the match. 2, Bo. He's doubled his output in this set. Oh, that's a hindrance. Zverev wants a hindrance, and he's right, because the grunt was long, because de Minaur thought he hit a winner, and Zverev got a play on the ball. Let's see if we can hear what he says here.
Sorry? His grunted was longer than usual, but wasn't. It wasn't until I hit the ball. No, it wasn't, Alexander.
I actually think it was, Jim. What did you think?
It was a hindrance, 100%.
Yeah, yep, I thought so. And the umpire there, good on him. I think he choked a bit on that one.
Let's listen in here for the grunt. That's 100% a hindrance. Because de Minaur thought he hit a winner. He wasn't intentionally trying to bother Sasha, but Sasha's just that quick that he got there. That should have been Zverev's point.
He maybe missed the easier one in the end. He was charging forward after what was just an incredible lob to get back and then get positioned on the forehand, put it in a difficult area. Just
15-13.
Amazing speed. Here it is here. Watch him get back and then get in position there. Unreal.
I think he can do that, and I think Alcaraz can do that. And I'm not sure anyone else can in men's tennis.
This is some good stuff early in this second set. Sit back and enjoy.
30-all.
Ball striking, court covering. Wonderful all-court tennis.
He's lifted, hasn't he? So's the crowd.
Gee, this is loud here.
Well, he finds extra pace on this next forehand here. Goes after it, racket head speed. And he also finds himself a break point. Strong response from Zverev.
Yes.
Denies a second break point. It was there. And I can't believe that ball ended up on his side of the net.
Advantage, Team German.
That's great work in the truck. Excellent replay there. Saw exactly how close that was.
Absorbs
1 game on.
An attack there from Minaur.
It's a bit ironic, actually, that the only game that Alex has gotten to break point against Zverev today was a game where Zverev did not miss a single first serve.
Love 15.
Right, here's that, not quite the ball you're talking about, but close to the one where he tries to drag Zverev out of court. And one of the key shots that you can tell how confident Zverev is how well he hits his forehand down the line. And he often pulls it back towards the centre like he did there. Minaur then took time away, taking it early.
That's Alex
40-50.
of a few days ago, isn't it? That short forehand. When he's proactive here, to me, he just seems a bit more dangerous. I know he's been hard to attack, Zverev, and he dropped that one too short this time. So, but it's a ball that Alex is always looking for.
That's another hole for Minaur. He hustles back to the team zone, and it's 2-1. Team Germany having taken the opening set. Well, we took a look at Vivid a little while ago, and this is the Taronga Zoo, one of the best zoos in the world. It's certainly for the animals. They got some of the best views of Sydney Harbour. It's located on the northern banks of the harbour, and Taronga is in an indigenous word for beautiful water view. It's got views back to the Sydney Opera House, and you can see there the harbour bridge as well, established back in 1916, takes care of over 5,000 animals from over 350 species. Well, it's just been a brilliant evening here in Sydney at the United Cup. Big crowds coming out, the home crowd coming out to support Team Australia. But every team has been really well supported throughout the tournament, whether it be Team Poland, who are in the final tomorrow. They had great groups of people coming to Perth. Serbians were out in force in Perth as well, as were the Greeks here last night. But Team Germany put their hopes to bed. And it was this man who's coming out to serve that did that. Alexander Zverev played a big part. He was very, very good last night. He's been good again here tonight. Took the opening set, 7-5. Serving here at 1-2.
Australia almost didn't make it out of the group stage. They were in a very difficult group in Perth, along with the United States and Great Britain, and it was an interesting opening match for Alex emotionally. Australia versus Great Britain. He plays #1 singles for the Australians in the women's side. #1 British player, Katie Boulter, is his partner. It's a little challenging. And Great Britain won both singles matches, but Storm Sanders and Matt Ebden played great and won the mixed doubles, and that would prove to be a vital point that would help them get into the quarters and eventually here.
Oh. Got away with that. What a terrible drop shot, though, from Zverev.
And what a big opportunity now for Minaur at love 30. A chance to put a little more pressure on the German serve.
15-13.
Zverev just pulls out that eraser of a first serve and gets back to 30 all with 2 quick blows. Make it 3.
14-13.
He had that issue for a couple of seasons with his second serve. It was really tough to watch there for a little while. How's he got himself over that? Because that was a major mental thing.
One thing he's done a lot better is his ball toss is much more controlled. It used to be all over the shop. Now it's much more concise and it's much more consistent. And that gives him the ability, I think, to just be more consistent with his overall second serve. No double faults tonight.
None in the match against Germany either.
You're trying for the jinx. I can see it.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah. Let's see how much power you've got, Todd.
It was close, wasn't it? Catches the line. Zverev gets the hold for 2 all.
2 games off.
No, but seriously, you do need to applaud him for
Yeah.
working his way through that. Some players may never have recovered from where he was at one point.
Yeah, he flat out had the yips on the second serve. It was very difficult to watch. And it got so bad that he would just hit 2 first serves instead of trying to hit a traditional, slower, top-spinning second serve with margin for error. He couldn't land those, so he was just hitting 215, 220 mile an hour second serves. And because he's so good at that, you know, he can make 80% of those, and actually kept him somewhere in the game. But he seems to have solved it for now, which is it's a good thing, because that might have driven him right out of the sport eventually.
Love 15.
And pressure builds on the Minaur serve now, doesn't it? Because he's had love 30 twice. He's had a break point there in the second game, didn't get it. Start to feel like you've had a couple of chances. Pressure on your own side of serving.
He's doing a lot better in the baseline exchanges in this set than he did in the opener. He's getting more open space to work with, hitting more winners, and Zverev, as a result, making a few more unforced errors. Fitzy, can you read that net? Is that made in Australia?
That net? Did you ask?
Yeah, the net.
No, I can't read it. No. You're saying that Australian net's not normally that tight, or they're a bit looser?
I'm just saying he's getting a few good ones right now.
30 all.
The serve that Alex has used in this tournament very effectively in moments of high tension like this, 30 all in the deuce court. It's been the wide serve. He's been very effective placing that short and wide. See if he goes for that favored serve here again, or if he tries to blast one up the middle. Just missed it. That was that's the go-to though, it seems like.
Heavy hitting from Zverev.
Todd, I think Alex indicated there that he can't get enough stick on the ball when he runs wide. He was swinging his racket head and looking at the box as if to say, when I go wide, I can't generate enough power out there. And look, there's a little bit of that with him. He's not as big. His arms are not as long. The levers don't create quite as much racket head speed as a guy like Zverev.
Great point. A smart body serve, jamming Zverev.
You know, one thing's for sure, he's mixing it with these top-end players, isn't he? He's close. And I think that all augurs for a good summer and a good year, and a good couple of years, I would think. He's pushing them. Next step, let's get over the line more often.
Advantage Team Australia. Deuce.
You alluded to sometimes he likes to run through the ball, and he didn't get in position there.
No, this is a mistake you don't see from him too often. He got laid on it, didn't he? Hit it on the frame. These last 2 points have been a big turnaround. That's all it takes sometimes.
Second break point in this game for Zverev.
Let's for service.
Oh, it's beautiful. It was the exact same body forehand serve. They had to hit a couple more shots, and that backhand volley, it had sauce on it. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a clever volley, because he had to take the speed off that ball, and that was fraught with some danger.
Advantage.
And when he hit the wide serve a couple times, You create an opening up the middle, and that ace gets him to game point. Right up the tee. Beautiful done.
Well, that was an impressive point from Zverev, wasn't it? Just crunching the ball. Look at the safety in all of the shots that he's got. Nowhere near lines, but he's got so much power. He can push de Minaur back, and that was a very tasty backhand volley, and then gets the easy overhead. That type of point just puts so much pressure on de Minaur. That makes him feel he has to go for more, cut down his margins. But he's serving well, at least to that forehand court.
Advantage, Team Australia.
But he has to. Otherwise, he's out of here. Team Australia will be done in the semis, fighting for the green and gold as de Minaur. And almost a replay. And the difficulty for de Minaur is that at full stretch there, he's not able to get the ball to dip down low. Zverev is a good volleyer up above the net, but if it's net high or below the net, it's a different story. But here you can see a good crispness. Just takes it into that open court, follows through nicely. And this game's starting to become the crucial one, I would think, in this set. And now a third break point in this game for Team Germany.
Advantage, Team Germany.
Talk an awful lot about Zverev's serve, but de Minaur has made 3 critical first serves on these 3 break points in this game, and has never let Zverev get even to neutral on these break points.
It's a bit of pop too for de Minaur. 200 out wide to the backhand. That's good speed.
Let's for service. Team Australia.
Can you get it done this time? 6th juice of the game. Heading towards a 12-minute game, this one. In fact, getting closer to 13 minutes. And he eventually does. Ah, he's a fighter, is Minaur. It's a holder serve, and it's 3-2,
Team
second set.
Australia leads 3-2.
He's one of the truly great competitors in the men's game. Refuses to lay down. Sometimes he might lose a match, but never do you ever get a glimpse of him not giving 100%. And that last game was so crucial in that respect, to be able to get through, saving 3 break points. And the crowd here at Ken Rosewall Arena appreciating the effort from both players. Sasha is playing extremely well as he comes out now serving after taking the first. It's 2-3. This is entertaining tennis. Beck Hewitt on the left. Rebel Wilson out supporting Team Australia on the right. Loves her tennis, a good player, nice lefty. Stars on the court and in the stands here.
Thank you very much.
For the United Cup.
Ready. Thank you.
That last change of ends was the first time, I think, that Leighton has actually had something to say towards Alex. He's been giving him a lot of space for much of the match, but after that dogged game, Leighton was in his ear a little bit. Sasha Zverev, we know his backhand is absolutely money. One of the game's great two-handers, but his forehand, he can go off at times, and it really hasn't so far today. It's been really good. Demon seeing just about the best of Zverev so far. Zverev's first serve percentage has picked up mightily in the second set as well. Right around 80% this set.
I think it says something about Sasha's heaviness of ground strokes and also his passing shots that it has nullified Demon's game plan a little bit, I think. I mean, his natural way to play is to come in like this more often. And yet he is losing his fair share when he comes forward, isn't he?
That's a very quick hold. That's a perfect game for Team Germany to put the pressure straight back on de Minaur after what was almost a 15-minute hold of serve. Now you're under the pump again. I feel with them, when you watch Zverev play, and I mentioned it earlier, when he hits the forehand down the line, well, you know you're in a bit of trouble, but it's almost like you have to set the point up to make him or bait him to play that shot. And because that's where you'll get errors. He doesn't like to hit it through there. It's a shot that when he worked with Ivan Lendl, they worked tirelessly on, trying to get him to be able to kind of not hook it back through the center.
Yeah, I hear you, Jim. I think there's an Australian brand on that net.
Maybe in this set. First set, it wasn't so kind on the break point for de Minaur, but he'll take that one.
Tell you what, he's almost due for a change of kit. Alex de Minaur, those shorts are getting quite saturated. See the discoloration between what's left of the dry parts of it. Every time you put that ball in the pocket, it's going to be getting wet.
So
what is needed this though, a quick game on serve will be a big relief for de Minaur. And he gets it. Love game. Big hold. It is Team Australia 4-3 on serve, second set. Well, a very different changeover for Team Australia than the previous change of ends, Jim. Not as much discussion from Leighton and a little bit from his longtime coach.
Yeah, Adolfo Gutierrez leaned in, and he and Alex continuing that discussion now in Spanish.
Time.
Adolfo has his phone out, which would indicate he's probably looking at some statistics and trying to glean some information there and deliver it to his player. Needs a break of serve is what he needs.
This is where he's so great, Minaur, just the ability to absorb what he has so far in this set. And then all of a sudden he's got great energy and body language, and he can build his own pressure. So third time this set, he's had love 30 on the Zverev serve.
Love 30. Thank you.
And the first time he's had love 40 and 3
Love 40.
break points. One for the match so far. Jim, it's all about the strategy here. Do you get out after it, try to get the point quickly, do you be patient?
First things first, get the return in play. And then you have options. Should be able to get this one in play. Second serve coming here at 15:40, and Damon's going very deep to give himself ample time.
Oh, what a play from Minaur. Gutsy as it gets is Minaur, and he gets the break and is going to serve for this second set at 5-3.
Team Australia leads 5 games to 3.
Rebel Wilson on her feet supporting Minaur and Team Australia.
Zverev switching rackets and actually giving a racket to one of the ball kids to send back to the stringers. So in his mind, already prepping for a third set equipment-wise. He'll obviously hope to somehow break serve here, but it's looking like this one might go the distance. In the opening set, Alex de Minaur could not find a way through Zverev in ground stroke rallies. Only 2 winners in the first set that went an hour. In this set, he's found his way to 16 clean winners. He's opened up the court, created opportunities and openings, and exploited them beautifully. It's the first double fault of the match.
50-0. 30-15.
Zverev can't find that forehand up the line we've been talking about.
40-15.
And so, Alex de Minaur has 2 set points to level this match.
Just a little frisky on that one, a little faster than usual at 161. The 2 double faults in the match, and both happening in this game for de Minaur as he tries to stretch it to a 3rd set. One more set point to come.
He's got it. What an effort. He's lifted. He's asking the crowd to lift with him. And de Minaur has it at a set all. To another 3rd set here in the men's singles.
Love 15. Final.
Good finesse on that volley from Zverev. And how about good value for the ticket buyers this evening? 5 hours of tennis so far between the women's singles, which was a barn burner, won at the finish line by Angie Kerber, coming back from maternity leave, mother of about a 10-month-old girl. The former world #1 clipped Australia's Ida Tomljanovic 7-6 in the 3rd, saving a match point. And now this one just starting a 3rd set. Mixed doubles to follow. An early pressure point here in the opening service game, 30-all. angles, creates opportunity for de Minaur.
And you like that, Fitzy. You've been sort of hammering that one home to us in that second set.
Well, I think he hit that one with a little more heaviness too. He got a bit more on that one and got Sasha out of the court. And as the longer the matches go on, the harder it is to cover all of that court. I mean, it has a physical influence over you.
So early break point for Team Australia.
Does Demon go deep here? Yep. He's going to give himself a lot of time to see where the second serve is going and get into the rally.
Oh, and he gets an unforced error from Zverev. And momentum with Team Australia.
First game, final.
We've been applauding Zverev's forehand, how solid it was all match long, but the last two service games, it's faltered.
Hey, mate, did you see the speed on that second serve? That changed as well then.
130K, hyper conservative. And this match has taken a significant turn for the green and gold.
Love 15.
It's usually pretty safe for overhead, but not easy off a big high smash, or a lob rather, to smash it well because of what you're looking at when you look up and into the rafters here of Ken Rosewall Arena. So a smart shot from Zverev.
Let's for service.
Yeah, that's what he's looking at there. It's kind of messy, isn't it?
De Minaur pretty good at holding a lead once you get one early in the set. Better than tour average at finishing sets off with the break this early. Keep in mind, this not only keeps Australia alive, what a shot there from Zverev. Zverev's trying to hold off Australia and also prevent de Minaur from joining him in the top 10. A win tonight would do that for the first time for Alex. A lot at stake here.
Oh, big save. That's been quite a start to the 2024 season for the Australian male players. This is the first week ever in which multiple Australian players have registered wins against members of the Big Three. Of course, Alex beating Novak Djokovic in Perth and Jordan Thompson taking out Rafa Nadal in Brisbane.
Let's for service. Let the service.
If you want to get a win over Roger Federer these days, you probably have to beat him down the mountain when he's skiing in Switzerland this time of the year.
Yeah.
Yannick Sinner could probably do that. He's a great skier, but I think he'd rather be here getting ready for the Australian Open.
Let.
I've got Roger on my Waze when I go driving. He gives me directions and everything, and at the end of a trip he actually says, hey, you and I would make a good team. We should play doubles together. It's quite funny.
Nothing funny about the situation for Sasha Zverev. Frustration mounting for the German as this game and this match starts to slip away from him.
14-6.
And when you see a player look to his box like that, and he's unsure now, isn't he, Sasha? He's thrown everything he can at Alex de Minaur and hasn't stopped him yet. And the longer this goes, the more it looks like he may not.
So important to win, to consolidate that break of serve once you've been able to get a break, and that's a
Team Australia leads
good moment for de Minaur. It's almost as if this match has flipped, isn't it? For the longest time, Alex was the one frustrated that he couldn't penetrate through the defense of Zverev, and now it's Zverev that looks like, now how do I get a ball and pressure de Minaur? Kerber there on the left of screen, back out, supporting team. Great effort by her. She saved match points against Arla Tomljanovic. Different look about Team Germany at the moment, though, on the bench there.
When they had to have a win in the mixed doubles yesterday, it was Laura Siegemund, a fine doubles player for Team Germany, who joined Zverev to take out Sakari and Petros Tsitsipas to book their spot here, take out Team Greece 2-1 after Sakari had beaten Kerber. Zverev had beaten Tsitsipas. Stefanos in the singles. So Kerber's day is likely done. I'd imagine if there's a live mixed doubles, it'll be Siegemund and Zverev again against Storm Sanders and Matt Ebden, who were awesome en route to this round.
Are you seeing any difference in weight of shot from courtside from either player?
I think a lessening of weight of shot from Zverev a little bit. He's hit a couple of forehands that have fallen off his racket. I think he's just frustrated. He's not quite sure now how to play Alex, how to put him away.
He's done well at net tonight, hasn't he?
Well, I think he has, because I wouldn't say that's at the top of my list for his for the best part of his game. But here he comes up well. Hit a few in the mixed doubles last night that weren't bad either, but missed a few. And it's not the best part of his game, but high quality there. better not drop his guard now, though, Todd, eh? I mean, 30 all, down love 2. No mistakes here are allowed for Zverev if he wants to stay alive.
Nod of approval from Jim Courier in the commentary box here. That was quality from Zverev.
And on the razor's edge, he was throttling these ground strokes into the corners. Minaur just doing everything he can to ask a question. Can he get one more quality shot? And Zverev just kept saying, yes, I can.
And well done to Zverev. He comes up with the goods, but he still finds himself down a break of serve. Team Australia 2-1, third set. Calm and composed Sasha Zverev. Often in these types of environments over the years, you've seen a flustered Zverev, but he seems in a very different headspace this year in Australia, which is good to see. But he's got his back against the wall, down a break of serve. Well, we couldn't have hoped for better quality tennis on a Saturday night in Sydney in the semis of the United Cup. It has been brilliant. It is Germany that have the upper hand in the tie with a 1-love lead. Alex de Minaur doing everything possible to keep Australia in it.
Time.
We've been played over 2 cities with the group stages. 3 groups in Perth. Quarterfinals over there. It was Poland and Australia that got through those groups to get to Sydney for these semis. Team Poland were winning earlier today, going through over Team France. They're the #1 seeds, 2 top 10 singles players, world #1 Iga Świątek and world #9 Hubert Hurkacz, doing well for their country. Alex de Minaur doing everything he can to keep Australia in this semi. He's got the break. 1-2. Final set.
Love 50.
I just feel like there's a tiny bit of intenseness that's left Zverev here. Maybe I'm wrong, but just giving away a few free points, just the odd one now and then.
A little bit of everything in this point from Minaur. Attacking the net.
30-15.
And then using finesse and then his foot speed to get up there and capture that volley in the air. Soft hands.
Oh, that was a good volley. That was not easy at all. Wonderful little control of the racket head just to flip it cross court.
The odd one of those. They're creeping in.
40-15.
You can see that in the first set. That's what was frustrating Minaur. He wasn't getting free points.
Yep.
That was lackadaisical with the footwork for Zverev. Perhaps the intensity just starting to wear him down a little.
Yeah, Team Australia. Both sends these new balls. Team Australia leads 3-1.
Interesting, the camera shot there of the Team Australia zone. They know there's still a fair way to go here. There's no getting ahead of themselves in emotions and scoreline. Zverev going for yet another racket change with the new balls coming into play here.
Why is there no shot clock on there, Jim?
Because you're allowed time to change your equipment when there's a ball change, Fitz.
Okay. Gee, it was a slow old walk.
It seemed a little longer, Fitzy, that walk too, because we have the team zones in the corners as opposed to normal tournaments with the chairs next to the chair umpire. So just a little extra distance there. No harm intended. Kind of an upset tonight. We haven't seen Alex have to change his shoes. He hasn't frayed one of his shoelaces from all the sliding that he does when he hits the brakes in the corners. Good interception on that volley from Zverev.
40-love.
So much needed quick hold to serve for Zverev and Team Germany, but it is Australia still with the break. 3-2, third set.
Gustav Schrapp. Gutes Spiel. Sehr gutes Spiel. Let's go.
Bit of Queen playing in the house. We will rock you. And that's what Alex de Minaur is trying to do here to Alexander Zverev. He had the upper hand for the majority of the first set and a half. He held the opening set 7 games to 5, had break points in the 5th game of the 2nd set. 3 of them wasn't able to capitalize, and then de Minaur broke for the first time in the 8th game to go 5-3 and serve it out. And since then, de Minaur has had the momentum on his side of the court. Got the early break in the opening game of the set. And here he is serving at 3-2. Getting a few free points now, isn't he?
Yeah, pretty generous there. Second serve right in the strike zone for Zverev, and hit it a little long.
That one 197, but there is definitely a little more speed on the de Minaur serve this year compared to 12 months ago. And that's helping to get a couple of extra free points, which are so necessary and a great relief.
Oh, yes. What a rip.
I think for Damon, there's just something. There's an inkling in the air. It's like an aroma. It's like the finish line. You better not think about it too much, but I bet he's starting to think about it a little bit.
We talk about Alex's serve in his last match against Novak Djokovic. He did something that never seen before. Watched a lot of Novak's matches. Never seen anyone win nearly every single first serve point against Novak's return. He literally won every single point against Novak when he made a first serve, except the very last first serve he made in the match. It was bananas. There's a free point there. Valuable one. Gets to 4-2.
leads 4 games to 2.
When you think about that in context, in a game with great first servers like Zverev, people like John Isner who have been around and played Novak, they've never had remotely that kind of success. Now, I'll grant you, Novak's had some forearm and wrist issues, maybe not at his best, but still representing Serbia. He wanted that match, and Alex it was just his day. Is this one too? Is this the day that takes him into the top 10? Maybe.
15 love.
These two holds a serve away from it.
Not the right choice.
It makes me chuckle though. Is this kid quick or is he quick? Holy smoke, was he there fast? He was there too early.
Yeah, he got there too quick, didn't he? He'd almost run past it, then ran out of options to be able to rip the forehand. was a tired bit of movement out to the right.
30-15.
I beg your pardon, to the left side to the back end for Zverev.
But I've got a feeling it was part of the discussion, maybe in the last couple of changes of ends for Alex to stay back on that second serve and really hit the high, heavy one deep to start the point. They were happy with that play.
Here he goes again with it. On way back, level with that Sydney side. That's a good hold. Zverev still working here. He's down the break. Team Australia, 4-3.
4 games to 3.
And for Alex de Minaur, 2 service holds away from a third top 10 victory in a row.
The change of ends, Alexander Zverev Sr., Sasha's dad, started chipping in some advice in Russian, so we have no idea what he was saying, but there he is. Fine player in his own right back in his day. One thing that's pretty clear is that wide serve in the deuce has been hyper effective. Oh, that's sweet, though. That forehand finds its mark, but if I was in the team zone and offering a little bit of advice, in the deuce court, I would advise Sasha Zverev to stand out a little wider and force de Minaur to try and serve more through the middle, because he's getting far too many cheap points or advantages in rallies with this short, wide serve.
Minaur keeps pushing forward, but he can do that because he's pushed Zverev back off that baseline. Hard to pass from 3-4 meters behind. Look where he is. It's got to be an incredible shot from there.
It's his old faithful, Todd, isn't it? He wants that play. Minaur, he loves it.
This is a big point coming. The let cord there just changing the pace of the ball that came and missed. It changed the timing of the stroke. You can see him started to get out of position, arms flailing. Lost balance on it. Oh, excuse me. Just rips a forehand under extreme pressure. That was a big moment.
40-13.
Gets the hold. And that was a big roar from the crowd, Fitzy.
5 minutes of 3.
I felt like saying before the start of that game that one of these next two service games, you'd think the law of averages, one will be close. So you've got to get through that close moment. Maybe the second one might be a bit more one-sided, but hey, none of us know. It's in the future, but he's close, isn't he?
Zverev serving to stay in the match. First two cheap points that Minaur's given up, which it seems like forever, Fitzy.
Well, mentally, this part of the match it's the toughest part to finish, isn't it? And
Yep.
There's a lot to lose now for him. He would have liked to get ahead in this game and at least ask the question here, wouldn't he, Alex? But looks like it's not to be. Looking in all likelihood, he's going to have to serve this out.
40-15.
Biting stuff it is.
40-13. Let's for service.
Well, good game from Zverev, and he asks whether de Minaur is good enough to serve this out. We'll find out after this break. It is 5-4, final set. Well, tough game coming, Fitzy.
Well, yes, a slight understatement, but I'm happy with it, Todd. It is. It's always the toughest. And no matter how much you try to serve out matches, in the big moments, it's still a mental challenge. So Sasha knows that. Right now, at this moment, he's not favourite, Sasha, but anything can happen when someone tries to serve this out. So he's still in it. And if you get the first point or two, game on.
Storm Hunter preparing potentially for a live mixed doubles. Shoot partner Matt Ebden, world #1 in women's doubles, is Storm. But as Alex de Minaur prepares to come out now and serve for this match to level the tie for Australia. Incredible to think that 5 of Demon's 15 career wins against top 10 opponents have come when he's been wearing the green and gold. Nobody plays better for their country than that man. A bit of relief that is, Fitzy, to get a cheap point like that.
Complete gift, that one. That's you'd pay a lot of money for that if you're serving for a match. Now Zverev, you think, has to win this point. Not paramount, but it's so important now for him to stay within touch.
Let's for service.
dramatic night tonight, isn't it, for Australian tennis and for Alex de Minaur.
It's been a gutsy performance. He was down and almost out.
Is this the night he makes the top 10?
He's a point away from it now. A career goal potentially about to be achieved here at Ken Rosewall Arena.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Thank you.
And there it is. De Minaur does it for Australia.
6-3, 6-4.
In true Alex de Minaur fashion. Grit, determination, spirit, and a severe will to win. And the tie is level at 1-1. And that will be a match and a moment that he will remember for a very long time as he takes his way to the middle of Ken Rosewall Arena. He's now a top 10 player when the rankings come out next week. And it happened right here on this court, one of his favourites in his home city. Dreams were built here for de Minaur. 12 years of age, he's been practicing on the outside courts, dreaming of winning major tournaments and championships, playing for Australia. And it's all come together with a famous victory here. Job's not done for the team outright, but that's a big win for him, Fitzy.
Well, maybe Novak last week.
That's true.
That's pretty good. But
three top 10 wins in a row.
But in terms of what this means to him and his whole journey, his life, his journey to this stage, this is, yes, possibly the biggest.
Well, I think he wants to get chatting to Jim Courier. Jim, you're with him.
Alex, you've just beaten your third consecutive top 10 player, and more important than that, you've kept Team Australia alive. And I think these fans nearly blew the roof off here. What's this moment like for you?
Oh, I love being back home. Thank you, guys. I've said it before, but every time I step out on court here, it feels special. This is my favorite court in the whole world, and every time I step out here, I get goosebumps. I love being here, and I'm very grateful for all the support, so thank you, guys.
This match was anything but easy. Sasha was playing a magnificent level early, and he had you in trouble in the second set. You faced 3 break points at 2-all. How did you turn this match around?
Look, I hang in there. I mean, Sasha's a hell of a competitor. He's a hell of a player, and as you said, he was just being too good for me. I managed to get out of jail a little bit in that second set, a couple break points, and then I just freed up a little bit, and all of a sudden got a couple cheap errors from him late in the second set, and all of a sudden the whole momentum changed. The crowd got behind, and it was, yeah, I just tried to ride the wave.
You stated the other day that one of your big goals this season was to reach the top 10, and by winning this match here tonight in Sydney, that's going to put you in the top 10 come Monday for the first time. How's that reaction feel?
Again, it's what I worked so hard for. It's another milestone, but it doesn't finish there. Job's not done. We keep on improving. We keep on trying to get better, and I'm going to enjoy this Aussie summer, that's for sure.
And the job's not done tonight either. You've done your job, but now it's time for mixed doubles. Storm Sanders and Matt Ebdom have been incredible so far for Team Australia. What's the key for them to put Australia into tomorrow night's final?
Well, look, the key's going to be this crowd. I mean, I hope all of you guys stay. You get behind Australia. We got one more win to go. And yeah, let's get behind the Aussies. I can't wait to come out and support. So let's get rowdy, guys.
Congratulations to Alex de Minaur.
I'm sure the crowd would be happy to get rowdy, Fitzy. You have been rowdy with them. It's noisy down there, but what an atmosphere here tonight.
Yeah, no, as good as it gets, really. This size stadium with this roof contains the noise, and it's about as loud as it gets in a tennis stadium here. And it was a memorable night in this singles. It's not over yet. The mixed doubles to come. A wonderful women's match preceded this, and then of course Alex. This is the night that he broke that barrier into the top 10, and he's right. He's right. There's more of the journey to come. Beautiful night, though. Wow. Memorable.
Very memorable as we take a look at the match summary, Fitzy. Here it is.
Yeah, look, it's, you know, it's not that far apart, really, in most categories, is it? I mean, he just played, he just got the momentum in the third set. He could have gone out in 2 sets. Sasha was close. He had him stretched, but Alex, you know, with his magnificent competitive spirit, gee, hung in there. I mean, the aces stand out for me with Sasha Zverev. Without that serve, you know, the rest of the game, he does have the serve, so you can't really argue this, but that makes a big difference on his part of the page there. But Alex just did everything else so well. Gee, it's good to see him play up close, Todd, and what an athlete this kid is. He's quick.
Certainly is. He brings great speed but great attitude to the court. And he's levelled the tie for Australia. Angie Kerber defeated Isla Tomljanovic 7-6 in the third for Team Germany in the opening match. Alex de Minaur levels it at 1-1. And it won't be long before we have the mixed doubles and the deciding match out here on Ken Rosewall Arena. You won't want to miss it.